All right, let's see how this goes. It's been a while since I did a long form video, so I don't know how this video is gonna go. I'm just gonna kind of try and go with the flow and call it a night. It's been a while. I know I haven't uploaded in a bit, but that's life for you. Also, this just gonna go in back and forth in the video. Can't help it. Tried taking it off, but it's too much of a hassle, and I just want to record this video while I still have the creative ideas in my head for this video. Anyways, here goes. So, what to talk about? Well, on my channel, I know it's been pretty dead. I tried doing like a gaming thing, but it just wasn't there for me. Honestly, lack of dedication on my end, but also like lack of free time, you know? I work a 9-to-5 job, but that sometimes extends to being more than a 9-to-5. Sometimes I pull like 10-hour, 11-hour, 12-hour shifts, and by that time, you know, you're just so tired you don't want to do shit. You just want to go to bed and get ready for the next day. So that's why I haven't recorded any gaming videos and uploaded them in a while. Just don't have the time. But before any of the gaming videos, I used to do long form videos like this, where I just kind of talked, got it out the way, got, you know, what's in my head out the way. Right now, I just came back with from hanging out with a friend. It's for his birthday. It's at a bar down here in Miami Lakes, called Tap Room, Garrison Tap Room. Pretty cool spot. On nights like these, they do salsa classes too. But a month back, I hurt my right ankle while I tried to dance. But I was so drunk, I couldn't feel the pain in the moment, and the next day, my ankle swollen. I'm better now. I can walk on it at least, but yeah, twisting it the wrong way definitely hurts. But it was nice. So I didn't do much except hang out, talk with a couple friends, and drink. But it was a good time. But it's not why I wanted to make this video. To circle back, I wanted to make this video because, you know, it's been a while since I did this, and I just have a lot I want to get off my chest and talk about. And I still have like another fucking 30 minutes, 40 minutes till I get home, so it'll be a good video, I think. First topic, what I've been up to. I don't even remember the last video I uploaded that wasn't a gameplay video, like before all the gameplay videos. I don't remember what video that was I talked about, but I'm going to say at least it's been 2 years. At least 2 years, so 2022. Maybe more than 2 years, because we're already at the end of 2024. But 2 years ago, I was a different person. In many ways, I had a different job. One that at the time I thought I was happy with, but come to find out, I was not appreciated, and I wasn't happy, but I deluded myself into thinking I was happy. I was definitely depressed back then, and in some ways I'd like to think that I still am, but I've come more to terms with it, and I'm more well equipped on how to deal with it and how to like recognize the signs and how to push through it and, you know, get shit done. Because, disagree with me if you want, but ultimately in our society, society doesn't give a fuck what men go through. Who cares if you have problems, you know? Every other guy has problems. If you're depressed, you know, congratulations. There's hundreds of other guys that are out there depressed, but they still get up every day, make the world go around, pay their bills, get shit done. So how am I any different? I'm not in any way more special than any other guy out there. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm at a better place now, definitely, than where I was 2 years ago. That job that I was at 2 years ago, man, I thought I was happy because I had a job, so I wasn't a bum. I had income, and it was a job that I liked doing. Now, to give you some context, because again, I don't know how, you know, what the hell I've said in past videos, but I have an experience. My work experience is mostly in retail, customer service. I hate that. Let me be upfront right now. I hate that. I do not give a fuck, frankly speaking, how your day is going. I don't give a fuck, you know, what you're doing. This is in the context of you're a customer and I'm an employee in a retail setting. But all that fake shit, I don't give a fuck. I can't be bothered to give a shit about like general customer service things, retail things, because it's just not in me. And one of the big things of retail, or at least in America, if you work retail, you have to be a very convincing person. You have to be a very friendly person, customer service wise. And more often than not, you have to know how to upsell. My personal view and belief is that if you need convincing to buy something, you didn't really want it. You're just, sorry, but I think you're just easily convinced to buy something that you don't need. And you probably knew you didn't need it, but because you got sweet talked into it, you'll, you know, let go of your hard-earned money to buy what, you know, you got convinced to buy. And in my case, in my retail setting, is I used to work at Pet Supermarket, Toys R Us, Domino's, but that's kind of like more on the food side. Still was customer service side, and, you know, answer phones, do deliveries and all that stuff. But for example, the two main ones, Toys R Us and Pet Supermarket, I had to ask every customer every time, how are you doing? You need any help? You looking for something? We have a sale. By the way, we have rewards cards. By the way, we have a credit card. Every time, every customer, every time. And like I said, I'm of the belief that if you need something so badly, you'll get it yourself. You know, to take myself as an example, I do a lot of shopping at Gap, Hollister, so I sign up for the rewards program. In the case of Gap, I have a Gap credit card I only use for Gap. If you spend enough time and money going to certain places, then, you know, logically to me, I would think that you'd sign up for their services if you spend so much money there, you know? But it doesn't really translate that way to the greater macro retail environment. ultimately, for these companies, it's all about the bottom line. What does that mean? That means every customer is a potential credit card sign up, is a potential rewards card sign up, and you can't let that opportunity go, because if you don't, then the people above you don't get paid, and if they don't get paid, everyone below them doesn't get paid. Now, personally, I don't believe in that shit. I think these companies make more than enough money selling what they sell, and the fucking rewards card, the credit card is just the cream, the icing on top. So I never bought into that shit. But regardless of my personal beliefs on that, I still had to do it. And now let me preface this with saying, every human being is different, obviously. Some of us are more well equipped to deal with this kind of work than others. Me, full disclosure, I've always been more of an introverted person. Even at my current job, warehouse work, where I'm at, I don't really talk that much to people. Come in, good morning, how you guys doing, all that shit. I'm in work mode. What needs to get done? A, B, C, D. Let's get A, B, C, D done. My supervisor's like, hey, I need you to do this. Cool, I'll get it done. Make small talk here and there, but I'm not really that social, period. It takes me a lot to get out of my shell, both in work and outside of work. So in these retail settings, you have to be social. Generally, you have to be social. Save for certain positions, if you're like inventory or whatever, if you work graveyard shift doing receiving for inventory, then you don't really got to, But in my case, I did. People will not sign themselves up for credit cards. They will not sign themselves up for rewards cards if you don't ask them to. Because surprisingly, the majority of people really don't know what to do with the money that they already give to, brands that they're so loyal to. One perfect example is, when I used to work at Pet Supermarket, there's this one lady who, without fail, at least 2 to 3 times a week, would come in, generally buy the same shit, and be on her way. You would think someone like her, would have long ago been signed up for a card or a rewards card, Nope. Why? Because it never occurred to her. Because she thought it wasn't necessary. And to me, that spells a lack of self-awareness. Or maybe, perhaps, also a lack of being explained what the benefits are, But again, I think myself, me, personally speaking, I think it would kind of be self-evident, if you spend so much money at one place, maybe you ask, like, hey, I'm a pretty loyal customer. Maybe you guys have a rewards card? You have a credit card? I'm interested in signing up. And, might as well put my money to work. Rewards, points, cash back, whatever. Nope. But I can't do that. I can't bring myself to try to convince you to sign up for something if you yourself aren't aware of it or aren't actively looking for it. Like, the other thing is upselling, and I'm bad at that. Also, same reason, if you would have wanted it, I believe you would have got it. I don't think me trying to convince you to buy something on top of what you're already looking for is something I'm supposed to do. Now, little caveat there. I know in some in the upper end of like retail stores, like luxury brands, let's say, I think they do commission off of your sales. I don't know. I think what, Polo, Ralph Lauren, Lacoste? I don't know if they do that, but I heard that's what they do. So in that case, you have an incentive. Like for example, this, you can't see it because my car's dark and shit, but all I'm wearing right now is Lacoste. Jacket, shirt, pants, shoes, watch. All that's Lacoste. But I buy it for myself. And when I bought this, I actually had a worker assist me. He was like, oh, hey, you're looking at that jacket. Let me recommend a shirt for you. It'll go perfect with that. And I actually bought the shirt. Now, I knew, he got commission off it, so I didn't mind being helped in that aspect. And that's a perfect example of someone who can do upsell. I can't be bothered for that. Frankly put, I'm just that antisocial introvert. I'm gonna use the two terms interchangeably because I don't know. I honestly don't know the difference, and to be honest, I can't be fucked right now to give a shit about the difference. So to circle all the way back, I can't do any of that. Retail isn't for me. What were my options? Food, which in of itself has a customer service aspect no matter what position you're in. If you're a server, waiter, a busboy, busgirl, whatever the fuck, there's always a level of customer service to be involved. In Domino's, I was a delivery driver. But when shit is slow, I was expected to pull my weight by answering the phone or manning the cash out register. And I'm supposed to be like, hey, by the way, we got this fucking pizza deal. You interested? Even though you just came in to pick up your fucking order. You can see where I'm going with this. It was either food industry or warehouse work. That's not all the jobs that there are out there, of course. But for me, that's what there was. Easily available without extra requirements. Like, oh, you need a degree in this, or you need a whatever. I just wanted something that was easily accessible, paid all right, decently well, at least for what my expenses are, and close enough so that the commute doesn't suck. Those were my requirements. So I found a warehouse job. And that job that I was referring to in the beginning of the video, that was a very small warehouse job where, including my boss at the time, or my supervisor, to use the correct term, because the boss was something else. It was a husband-wife duel, but working people, the working team, me, my supervisor, and two other people, so four other people. Very small team, very small warehouse. We dealt with coffee and tea. And all it was just stand in front of a machine that did all the work for you, and all you gotta do is just refill the supplies, refill the raw material, refill everything, and then keep a basic log. Today this was accomplished, whatever. But I kind of fooled myself into thinking this was all right because I was so used to, I don't know, the hustle and bustle of retail work, that where I was at then with the warehouse job, it was sort of hands off, like in my experience with retail work, like, hey, As soon as you come in, manager, supervisor will tell you like, hey, A, B, C, D, E has to get done. Those are your priorities. Work the floor, restock the shelves, greet customers, man the register when we need you, upsell, 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 right? But you were split all among these things. You could be working the floor, but then someone needs help. So you got to stop what you're doing and help out the guest. And then when you help out the guest and you're done with them, oh, we need help with the register. Stop what you're doing, go to the register. Then you got to remember, oh, I got to upsell this because this is today's item. Oh, I got a credit card, rewards card, right? Whereas the warehouse job I was at, and all the warehouse jobs I had since then, it was kind of like, hey, you know, this is what we do. Kind of repetitive work, but it's the same shit you can expect day in, day out. It's not, you know, rocket science. You just do this, get it done, and that's the day. Me, I'm a very simple guy. I work best when you tell me this is what we do, this is what needs to get done, this is how you do it. And you kind of let me be at it, right? Perfect. I love it. Some people can't deal with the repetitiveness. That's okay. Everybody's different. Circles back to what I said. Everybody's different, and everybody's got different strengths that works to their advantages in certain job fields, you know. The people who are more extroverted, outgoing, tend to do better in sales jobs. Me, not so much. Like I said, I could not give a fuck about what you need, what you're looking for, whatever. I honestly also don't give a fuck about making small talk. Hands down, I think making small talk was part of the worst shit that I had to deal with, because I am not good at pretending to give a shit. Oh, my day was this, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now multiply that times, you know, hundreds of people that you see per day working in a high volume retail environment. It gets fucking old pretty quick. You can kind of fucking guess ahead of time how the conversation's gonna go. Versus what I'm dealing with now, what I dealt with then at my first warehouse job, and now it's all very simple. There's no customer service, you know, aspect to it at all. It's just say hi to the coworkers, small talk here and there, but we all know we have a fucking job to do. We got to get it done, and before you know it, oh shit, look at the time. It's already lunchtime. Oh shit, look at the time. It's already time to go home. Rinse and repeat. And what I'm trying to get, I've been getting sidetracked, but the whole point of what I'm trying to make with this video is that, or at least the main point, is I kind of blanked out there. I'm not gonna edit this, but maybe I will edit this. I don't know. I think this is why I like doing the freeform videos, because it just kind of lets me get all the thoughts out of my head. And then, you know, when all the thoughts are out, it's kind of like, okay, well, what was I yapping about? What the fuck was I, you know, talking about? What was the point I was trying to make? Well, fuck it. I'll just go on a leg here and say the point that I was trying to make, as far as talking about, you know, my job history, what I've been up to in the past, what I've done, and now where I'm at, is that you should try always to better yourself. Revolutionary, I know. Crazy. But you should try to better yourself in some aspect. You know, for some, that's learning a trade, learning some skills. For others, it's a change of scenery, moving to a new state, moving to a new job, meeting new people. For me, it was learning to recognize my own self-worth, what I'm capable of, and how I can take advantage of my strengths to make my own life easier. Now again, this might seem very self-evident for most of you guys, I suppose, like, oh, hey, if I know I'm good at doing this, then why the fuck am I suffering, doing something I'm not good at? Well, between you and me, I'm kind of retarded. Up until very recently, I was the type of person who would just stay somewhere because it's familiar and not because it's a place that is good for me. In my case, I stayed working many years at jobs that I wasn't happy with because I deluded myself into thinking like, this is job security. Yeah, it sucks, but what does it matter? If you see shaking, by the way, it's because the phone mount that I have my phone on is not so stable, and my car, when it's not moving, I think the engine mount is loose or whatever. I don't know. Lots of shaking. When it's driving, it's not that noticeable. Anyways, so yeah, I deluded myself into that, and it took me, honestly, a year. No, not even a year. Half a year into my new job, the warehouse, at the time. It took me half a year into that job to realize, holy fuck, I've been living my life on hard mode, willingly, because I didn't know any better. I didn't have the self-confidence to want something better for myself. And it cost me many years of my life. I remember now a tidbit I wanted to get to in the past points. Those past jobs that I wasn't happy at, obviously, it affected my mental health a lot. I was a very depressed person back then. I didn't show it, but I was very depressed. You might say, what the fuck do you have to be depressed about? You have a car, you have a roof over your head, you have income, you can, within a certain degree, provide for yourself. What do you have to fucking be depressed about? And I agree. What do I have to be depressed about? But crazy thing. The mind is a fucking crazy fucking thing. It's a tricky thing. It's a bitch. You could have all your needs met, and you will still find yourself depressed about something or lacking something, or you're just not happy about the situation that you're in, so you get depressed. And in my case, I was not happy with doing the job that I was doing because I didn't like it, because it took a mental drain on me to do all of this, to do all the tasks that I was assigned to essentially put on a mask for 8-9 hours out of the day and be someone who I'm not. And it reached to a breaking point on my very last retail job, pet supermarket. There was one day I remember still like it was yesterday, and this is already like fucking 5 years ago, 2019. 5 years ago in 2019, my last shift working at pet supermarket, and at that it was an inventory shift. Shout out to my pet supermarket coworkers. I don't even keep in touch with any of you guys, but on the off chance that you guys see this, I'm very sorry. But I woke up at 3 in the morning to get ready because I had to be at work at 4, and I gotta shower, brush my teeth, get breakfast, all that shit. I woke up, got all my shit done, changed and everything, and I was like driving, got in my car, turned on the car, and then it hit me, just like out of nowhere. Literally like something out of a fucking movie. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And it was so powerful. I could not bring myself to drive. I was stuck in the driveway where I live for a good 5 minutes, like processing these incoming emotions. I was like, this is bad. It's all coming at me at once. And it was as if the final straw was placed on my back, and that was the straw that broke my back. And nothing happened out of the ordinary. I wasn't even fucking clocked in. But something about just the realization of it brought everything down. And at that moment, I felt, I don't even know the right word, despair, but that's kind of too strong in like the doomer side, if that makes sense. I don't know, just an emptiness, a void. And it was so overwhelming and all overpowering that right there, right then at that moment, I decided I had enough. So I typed up a resignation letter. It was just a text message, a wall of text, to my supervisor, who wasn't even going to be awake at the time, saying, hey, sorry for the short notice. I quit. Don't bother getting in touch with me, because after I send this text message, I'm blocking your number, and I'm blocking everybody else's number, all my coworkers. Again, you guys, if you see this, no hard feelings. I didn't want any of them to get in touch with me. I'm blocking your number. I'm blocking everybody's number. Please don't get in touch with me. Please don't reach out. As far as my paycheck is concerned, if you're going to go the petty route, where, ironic, I know, right? Calling them petty. If you're going to go the petty route, I'll come by in 2 weeks to pick it up. But if not, please mail it to me. Or if you would be so kind, just continue with the direct deposit. If you need the uniform back, let me know. I'll wash it and give it to you. If you need anything, let me know. Well, not that it matters, because I blocked them. So even if they did need the uniform back, it doesn't matter. Sorry, that took me back. So I sent that text message, and sure enough, true to my word, right after I sent that text message, and it's like one of those risky text messages, you send to a girl you like or whatever, but it's a risky one where like it gets your heart pumping, it gets your heart racing, After I sent that, immediately blocked my supervisor, my boss, Went one by one, blocking all my coworkers. And then it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. A weight I didn't even know I had. And I felt at peace. And you know what I did? Mind you, it's already like 3 something and some change in the morning. I drove around for 20 minutes talking to myself, trying to get all the thoughts out of my head, talking myself through the process like, holy fuck, we actually just did this, we actually quit, we don't have fucking income, we don't have a stable job, like what are we gonna do now, right? And once I got that out my system, I went to the beach. This is already 4 o'clock. I went to the beach. It's like a 20-minute drive. I was there at 4 something. And from 4 something to sunrise, which is about 6 and some change in the morning where I live, I was at the beach with no thoughts, just me, myself, and I, and nature, and my thoughts. And I don't know what made me think of, let's go to the beach. But I did. And I'm glad I did, because something about doing that gave me a sense of peace that has remained with me to this day. And I think it helped me clear my mind and set myself up for what I wanted to do next. And to wrap up this video, because it's already fucking almost 40 minutes, what I'm trying to get at is, and I know I've been all over the place, so I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to get at with all this is, know yourself. Know if you're not happy at a place, and recognize that. And if you're brave enough and you have the means to, change that. Change your situation to where you don't have to be in the same rut, in the same shit, unhappy. I took a gamble by trading a stable income, a stable job, for mental peace. And it paid off in my favor. Because shortly thereafter COVID started, and then I started doing, Uber Eats, and back then Uber Eats was the shit. But it paid off. And because of that one small step I took to be real with myself in the moment, to quit where I'm not happy, I'm at where I'm at now, all these years later. But it was the first step to that. I now have a job that I like, with coworkers that I like, as far as coworkers go, with a job that it's reasonably distanced from my house, with work that I don't find to be a slog to do. It's not work that I say I look forward to. It's not something truly enjoyable. It's a warehouse. But it's something that I know I can do every day, repetitively, not get tired of it, and go home and feel all right about myself. And that's what I think is important. That's what I wish I could have told myself all these years back that I sacrificed my mental health for. I wish I could tell myself, you don't have to do this. There's other things out there. It just takes a bit of bravery on your end to search out what that is. And yeah, that's the video. I don't know if I'll make another video like this soon. this was just kind of inspired in the moment. Thank you for watching. If you did watch, if anybody watches, good night.